Michael Jackson, one of the largest artists ever, up there with the likes of Elvis and the Beatles. You know what, screw this cinematic crap. How strong is Michael Jackson? I had the genius idea that I most definitely did not yoink from one of my friends to listen to a large portion of Michael Jackson's discography. Around 160 songs, with the whole goal being to scale Michael Jackson. I also watched his movies. Yeah, he has movies. God, this video is a genius idea. Let's just say Michael Jackson is far stronger than you think. Before we get into that, I'm gonna quickly set the rules. First of all, I'm using a composite version of Michael Jackson, jamming all of his songs into one narrative. I will also be treating him as a fictional character, so arguments like he is above fiction because he's a real person will not be happening. Unless, second of all, this video uses incredibly weird arguments, and I can't believe I have to say this, but this video is not meant to be taken seriously. With all of that being said, let's hop into his AP. In Heaven Can Wait, Michael Jackson commands angels, implying he has authority over them and would be stronger than them. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to assume these are biblically accurate angels. At a minimum, angels are at a star level of power. Revelations 8, verse 12. The fourth angel sounded, and a third of the sun was struck, and a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them were darkened. A third of the day had no light, and likewise a third of the night. For anyone curious, this is the modern English translation of the Bible. Destroying 1/3 of the stars in the night sky is far above star level, but let's simply say it's star level for the sake that the trumpet angels are pretty strong. Another thing worthy of note is that the angels are usually depicted as getting their power from God. With that being said, at a bare minimum, they might actually be universal because of this. Keep attack potency in mind as we will come back to it, but first I want to go over Michael Jackson's hacks as it will make more sense when we come back to AP. Just to list a few of his lesser ones: light manipulation, lightning manipulation, flight, transmutation, telekinesis, and pyrokinesis. These are just a few of his abilities, but the main thing I want to touch on is that he's straight up a reality warper. Reality warping, as defined by Versus.wiki, is the ability to change reality into how the person in question sees fit while ignoring the rules of science. Users can alter any item considered real, any decision made in the past, any item ever created, any movement, choice, color, atom, or molecule that exists can be changed. In Michael Jackson's music video, Speed Demon, he's in a Looney Tunes-esque world and does cartoon physics-esque things, such as riding a motorcycle on water, getting off of it, turning it into a tourist guide, you know, the normal, and then getting back on it, and then turning into a rabbit. Yeah, you just watch the music video. In his Remember the Time music video, he appears before a pharaoh in his black hood, phases into the ground, then reappears and proceeds to become the Rizzler himself. I question the script. In his music video for Bad, he just summons some people, and then they just disappear afterwards. I don't know, it's weird. In his movie, yeah, remember he has movies, Captain EO, he straight up shoots a beam at an emperor and changes the entire planet so it stops being a desolate wasteland. In his Thriller music video, he straight up fucks with a girl by summoning the living dead and becoming a zombie himself just because she got scared by a movie that they were watching. Now that I think of it, Michael Jackson is straight up a sociopath. This is not the only time he's done stuff like this. In his music video for Smooth Criminal, he straight up deatomizes someone with a pistol. There was a bomb shadow and everything. One thing worth mentioning is that this man is also just blatantly has mind attacks. People just break into song and dance after the man gets deatomized. It's like, no matter the occasion, people just dance around him. There's a mafia meetup location, people are dancing. There's a gang war about to happen, nope, you're dancing now. Space aliens want to kill you, nope, dancing. He just likes manipulating people, you know, for the funsies and, you know, spirits that one time. In his movie Ghost, he summons some T-posing ghosts to spook some people and commands them. But all of this being said, none of this compares to Michael Jackson's actual music scaling. We're finally talking about his music. To start, he is straight up immortal. This is about as blatant as it gets. This is from The Best of Joy. On top of immortality, he's also invincible, and speaking of non-mortal beings, Michael Jackson is superior to every evil spirit as said in his song Thriller. With this being said, that means he would be above the Thing with 40 Eyes. Now this beast can negate immortality as there are no second chances against it. Michael Jackson also controls the Thriller in the music video as he creates the scenario implied to be the Thriller, and the Thriller is horror itself. This would mean that Michael Jackson is rather horror or superior to it. If this seems far-fetched, I direct you to Michael Jackson's song, Threatened. In this song, he is blatantly describing himself as fear. At a bare minimum, he knows your deepest fears and how to exploit them. Did I mention he also manipulates time? Yeah, so he can just erase the past. This, in conjunction with this statement, kind of makes sense, as he has manipulated fate. For his speed, he can react to light beams, and he's the fastest in his verse. There's not much on this, but that's what we got. There's also this. Yeah, he can just exist outside of time and space, and presumably move around and talk outside of them. Once again, even all of this is nothing in the face of absolute craziness that is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is omnipotent. He looks as dualities such as black and white as irrelevant, he's inconceivable, beyond imagination, nothing can mentally affect him, nothing can stop him, and nothing comes close to him. What if I said we could go above this? Above omnipotence? How is this possible? Well, he is still fictional, and going above omnipotence makes no sense anyways. What if I said this fictional Michael Jackson was real? Yep, I'm breaking my promise. In Michael Jackson's song Bad, he calls himself bad. A truly bad being would have to exist to be bad, and being truly bad, he would exist in reality. As that is the worst possible thing. He would be above omnipotence as a truly bad being, would have power over any concept. Even the most charitable interpretation of Goku gets bodied. With that being said, who stands up to him? I don't know, and I will leave that for a future video. With that being said, if you like this video, consider subscribing, and you might like the video on screen right now. This was Optimized, and I'll see you in the next time. God, this video is stupid.